là nếu dương nhiệt từ mưa cả bong pôn vinh đong đại cầm hôn DFDL cứ chỉ cầm hôn đo nơi sẽ vào cam này bong pôn nâng prapi đặc biệt bong pôn ở Cambodia để bàn thiệp trăm nơi cả thưa bọt bằng hai âm piประเภท ในการบองปนថ្មីได้រដ្ឋាភិបាលកម្ពុជានឹងធ្វើការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរនៅពេលខាងមុខនេះកាលពីថ្ងៃទី15ខែធ្នូនៅឯសន្តាគារ Intercon តំណងតានោះគឺក្រុមហ៊ុន DFDL គឺជាក្រុមហ៊ុនដែលផ្ដល់នូវសេវាកម្មផ្នែកបង់ពន្ធនិងរៀបចំឯកសារសម្រាប់បង់ពន្ធនៅកម្ពុជាគឺបានរៀបចំកម្មវិធីធ្វើបទបង្ហាញអំពីរបៀបបង់ពន្ធថ្មីនិងការរៀបចំឯកសារផ្សេងៗដើម្បីឲ្យគ្រប់អាជីវកម្មខ្នាតតូចខ្នាតមធ្យមនិងខ្នាតធំនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាគឺបានត្រៀមលក្ខណៈជាមួយនឹងការផ្លាស់ប្ដូររបបបង់ពន្ធប្រភេទថ្មីដែលរដ្ឋាភិបាលកម្ពុជាបាននឹងកំពុងតែត្រៀមធ្វើការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរនៅថ្ងៃខាងមុខនេះចាលោក Jack គឺជាអគ្គនាយកនៃក្រុមហ៊ុន DFDL ចា DFDL គឺបានមានប្រសាសន៍ថាជាទូទៅប្រៀបធៀបជាមួយនឹងការបង់ពន្ធនិងការរៀបចំឯកសារបង់ពន្ធសម្រាប់អ្នកវិនិយោគគឺចំពោះប្រទេសនៅក្នុងតំបន់អាស៊ីគឺរដ្ឋាភិបាលប្រទេសកម្ពុជាគឺមានការបន្ធូរបន្ថយច្រើនចំពោះការបង់ពន្ធដែលនេះគឺជាគុណសម្បត្តិល្អមួយដែលធ្វើឲ្យប្រទេសកម្ពុជាអាចទាក់ទាញអ្នកវិនិយោគបានកាន់តែច្រើនបន្ថែមទៀតចាហើយក៏សូមជម្រាបផងដែរថាក្រុមហ៊ុន DFDL នេះគឺមានវត្តមាននៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជារបស់យើងដើម្បីផ្ដល់នូវសេវាកម្មផ្នែកច្បាប់បង់ពន្ធគឺការជួយរៀបចំឯកសារបង់ពន្ធនិងផ្ដល់នូវសេវាកម្មប្រឹក្សាអំពីច្បាប់នៃការបង់ពន្ធនៅកម្ពុជាផងដែរចាហើយពេលបច្ចុប្បន្ននេះគឺក្រុមហ៊ុន DFDL គឺមានសាខាចំនួន11ហើយនៅក្នុងប្រទេសចំនួន9នៅក្នុងតំបន់អាស៊ីយើងតែម្ដងចាហើយយើងក៏មានប្រសាសន៍របស់លោកផងដែរចាតាមដានទាំងអស់គ្នា
Well, let's take Cambodia in comparison with the other ASEAN countries. So Vietnam, Thailand, Laos, Singapore, Indonesia, the neighboring countries and surrounding countries of Cambodia. If we look at the corporate income tax rate, it's the main tax rate on profits of companies, on businesses here in Cambodia. It's at 20%. Now, if we compare that with the neighboring countries, Thailand is 20%, Vietnam will be 20% from 2016, Laos is at 24%. So Cambodia is about average, we would say, in the region. The only lower rate than Cambodia would be Singapore at 17%.
លោកចាគាត់បានបញ្យល់ថាប្រៀបធៀបប្រទេសខ្មែរជាមួយនឹងសង្គមអាស៊ានរាប់ចូលដូចជាប្រទេសថៃប្រទេសវៀតណាមប្រទេសឡាវមធ្យមភាពនៃការបង់ពន្ធតាក់ស្មើប្រហាក់ប្រហែលនៅក្នុងចំនួន 20% ហើយជាទូទៅប្រទេសខ្មែរយើងគឺនៅក្នុងមធ្យមភាពទូទៅអញ្ចឹងមានតែប្រទេសសិង្ហបុរីទេដែលមានមធ្យមភាពតាក់ it's 16% Singapore tax 17 នៅប្រទេសសិង្ហបុរីការបង់ពន្ធតាក់ 17% បានន័យថាសិង្ហបុរីទាបជាងគេនៅតំបន់មិនមែនទាបជាងគេក្នុងចំណោមទាបជាងគេនៅតំបន់អាស៊ានទូទៅ Jack, what else the good and the bad maybe you want to give a little bit
Okay.
Maybe the benefits of being in Cambodia businesses and then the upside maybe just a little bit
Cambodia is a lot freer in terms of foreign investment than other jurisdictions. Cambodia has less restriction on what foreigners can do as businesses here in Cambodia. If we compare, for example, to places like Myanmar and Laos, there's many areas that are restricted from foreigners, or it will require a very high level of investment for the foreigner just to be able to enter that particular business. It's less so in Cambodia, which gives Cambodia an advantage. One area we see Cambodia really benefiting from is what we call China plus one. Is as China becomes more expensive to manufacture, international companies are moving away from China and looking at countries such as Cambodia, Thailand, Myanmar, Vietnam.
លោកចាស់គាត់បានពោលពាក្យថាគុណសម្បត្តិនៃការវិនិយោគនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាជាទូទៅរដ្ឋាភិបាលយើងគាត់បានបន្ធូរកម្រិតឬក៏ការដាក់កម្រិតនៃភាពតឹងរ៉ឹងក្នុងការដាក់ទុនចូលវិនិយោគនៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជាយើងវាជាចំណុចល្អដោយសារយើងអាចតាក់ទាញការក្រុមហ៊ុនវិនិយោគពីខាងក្រៅឲ្យចូលមកស្រុកយើងច្រើន ហើយពន្ធដារឬក៏ជាទូទៅមានចំណុចច្រើនដែលប្រទេសផ្សេងដាក់ទៅលើក្រុមហ៊ុនបរទេសដែលចង់វិនិយោគនៅប្រទេសខ្មែរយើងប៉ុន្តែពិបាកនឹងគុំចំណុចនឹងឲ្យគ្រប់គ្រាន់ដើម្បីคล้ายទៅជាក្រុមហ៊ុនដែលអាចវិនិយោគបានប៉ុន្តែនៅប្រទេសខ្មែរយើងរដ្ឋាភិបាលបានជួយវាជាចំណុចល្អបំផុតហើយគាត់ចង់និយាយថាពាក្យអង់គ្លេសថា freer investment in Cambodia.
Okay, sure. So the first thing I guess to say is it's not a new regime of taxation, more a expansion of the current real regime of taxation in Cambodia. So historically in Cambodia, taxpayers or businesses in Cambodia would fall under two types of tax regime. One is the estimated regime of taxation, which most local businesses and small to medium businesses operate under, whereby they negotiate their taxes with the tax auditor in advance. They don't file any tax returns. It's a fairly informal tax system. The more formal tax system in Cambodia, which most large taxpayers and most foreign investment fall under, is what's called the real regime of taxation, where taxpayers file monthly and annual tax returns. They have to charge the 10% VAT. They have to comply with withholding tax, tax on salary, and are also subject to tax audit in Cambodia. Now, what is planned under the 2016 law on financial management, which I believe is still to be passed, will be passed very shortly, is the tax department is looking to abolish the estimated tax regime, which means we are only left with one regime of taxation, which is called the so-called real regime.
The real regime.
And under the new real regime, there will be three different classes of taxpayer: small, medium, and large. And that's based on the revenue of each taxpayer as to which category they will fall under.
Small size company, either medium size company and large size company.
Okay, yeah, that's a very good question. I think the initial answer to that will be that we are hoping that there will be some further clarification from the General Department of Taxation as to how they will look to implement this new system and how they will look to apply the existing regulations that apply to current real regime taxpayer. We will look to the tax department for more assistance and guidance as to how they will look to apply those regulations to the new taxpayer who will form part of the real regime tax regime in the future. Okay, well, with respect to outstanding tax, it really depends on the circumstance for each taxpayer. If you refer to outstanding tax that has been assessed by the tax department as a result of a tax reassessment, then there are formal procedures in place by which the taxpayer has to pay or can protest against a reassessment. If a taxpayer has not declared tax in the past, if they are a real regime taxpayer, then normally this will come up in the course of a tax audit, which means ultimately they will have to pay the tax normally along with the penalty and interest once it has been discovered by the tax department. Okay, I think for the new taxpayer who is not currently in the real regime of taxation and is looking to move into the real regime of taxation, my advice to them would be to try and become familiar with their requirements under the tax regulations in Cambodia, to be aware of the documents that they are required to keep, supporting documents, to keep good accounting records. If possible, if they are unsure of the tax regulations, to obtain the services of a competent tax advisor to assist them to ensure they are compliant with the tax regulations in Cambodia. It can be quite a daunting process for a new taxpayer to enter into this real regime. The more prepared they are and the more educated they are about their obligations, the easier that transition will be to move into the real regime of taxation.